What's going on, everybody? It's Eagle here and welcome back to my hardcore Minecraft world. Last episode we built this massive barn for our animals. We also did a bunch of detailing work around the area. But after being in this world for 130 days, our tools aren't really looking the best. So in this video we're gonna fix that by building a massive castle home to our villager trading hall and breeder. This video took me so long to make, so if you guys could be oh so kind, please make sure to like and subscribe. I am on a mission to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to press that red button as it helps out a ton. But without any further ado, guys, let's get straight into the episode. Alright guys, coming out of our brand new barn that we built last episode, which go watch it if you haven't, I'm so inspired to keep building in this world. In between episodes, I ended up planting a bunch of trees just so that we can have them if we need to harvest them, because we're going to build a big old castle up on that hill. And we're going to need a lot of resources. But guys, we are severely lacking on diamonds, aka I literally don't have any. So just as we did last time, let's start off the episode by doing a bunch of mining. But actually, right before we get into that time lapse, while I was editing last episode, I realized that we missed some diamonds. So let's mine them up. We've got 20 diamonds out of that. That's insane. There's also one more thing I want to do before we get into the montage. With our newly acquired 20 diamonds, I think that we can make another pickaxe and enchant it with efficiency 4 and unbreaking 3. That'll make the mining process go a lot faster. But first, I need to get up to level 33. Now that we are done hitting level 33, let's make a diamond pickaxe. So also take some lapis and enchant it one time, see what we get. Efficiency 4, that looks pretty good. And just efficiency 4, I'm not going to do that, so let's reroll. Let's put it back in one more time. Fortune 3 on this, that's not really what we want, but I mean, sure. Now we have a fantastic pickaxe, just like this one. I am not complaining at all. Also, last episode, people were telling me that when I was healing up my shovel, I was actually wasting diamonds. And what do I have to say for myself? Yeah, you guys are right. I'm sorry. Like, come on, man. What was I even thinking? But alright, guys, enough stalling. Let's get straight into the mining montage. And alright guys, we are leaving those mines extremely victorious. We were able to acquire a grand total of 63 diamonds. We're also able to get a bunch more redstone and lapis. Something I also wanted to gather was some dripstone because eventually I want to make a lava farm. But look at all these diamonds that we have now, guys. Let's go. Let's also craft up another shield. So I want to take these diamonds and make a diamond pickaxe and also a diamond axe. I'm not sure which one is going to give us a better option, but let's put our axe in first. Axe, you can get efficiency 4, okay. And pickaxe, I'm hoping for silk touch. Efficiency 4, I'm not gonna take that risk. So I'm thinking I'm going to put in our axe and enchant this, chop some wood. Okay, that is a pretty good axe. I can eventually combine these two to make an efficiency 5 axe. But when we get more levels, I'm gonna try to get a silk touch pickaxe. One thing I just realized is how I love walking out of my house and seeing some big trees over here. Even though these ones are ugly and I'm gonna chop them down, I really like the idea of having some super tall trees. So let me know what you guys think about maybe a massive custom forest in this area. I don't know, there's a lot of ideas. But the brainstorming out of the way, I think I need to chop down all of these spruce trees, but also all of these trees over here. So without any further ado, guys, let's hit a time lapse and tear down all them trees. And alright y'all, that is all of the trees farmed. We're gonna keep that platform there just in case I do a little bit more spruce wood farming. But I want to do something that I haven't done this whole entire series. And that is this, guys. Turn on these shaders. I mean, just look at how cool our area looks. The animals and stuff, and we get to watch the sunset through the barn. I just love it. It's so good. It's so good. Also, look at that tree. But I'm sure nighttime doesn't fully do it justice, so let's sleep. Now that we are nice and slept, I mean, geez, this is so cool. The lantern lanterns give off such like a nice glow, and also the house just looks so good. And I can't get over these lanterns. If you guys are wondering, yes, this is a different type of shader than I used in my 100 days. I changed the settings a little bit, and that's why it looks a little different. But as much as I'd absolutely love to keep playing in this, we have to turn them off. But, and I mean but, if you guys in the comments say that you like me using shaders more, I will, I promise. I love using shaders. So yeah, guys, if you guys have any sort of suggestions for if I should use them or not, please let me know down in the comments. Because I mean, look at this. This is beautiful. But that's not real life now, is it? Also, man, in the first episode, I told all of you guys a seed. And I also said that if you ask me for the seed, it mean that you didn't watch the full video. But guess what? Some people still asked. So I'll do it again. That is my seed, guys. If you want the seed, there it is. Also, my coordinates are right there. But with all that yapping out of the way, we need to do a little bit more terraforming. I don't really like our terrain over here, and I'm sure we can smooth it out just like we smoothed this out over here. Also, it needs to look as nice as possible for our castle up there later. So my friends, let's hop into another time lapse and get that done. And alright guys, that is this part of the hill transformed. I can get a little bit of a better look when I hop into free cam here, but I like how it curves and it sort of keeps the same formation going all the way up. It looks like it did over here, but this side is just a little bit smaller. But now what we have to do is we have to find out a way to terraform this part of it right here. I think we should try to find out a way to get a little path planned, and off of that path we can sort of terraform around it. Also, I need to remove all of these trees and all of this grass up here for our castle build later. Let's pop this in here, hoping to get Silk Touch. And that is not Silk Touch. It's okay though. Guess we'll have to wait for another 30 levels. But guys, if that little detour out of the way, I'm thinking that we should get a big start on the terraforming of this hill. So my friends, without any further ado, let's hop straight back into the time lapse. And alright guys, this is the path all the way up to the top of the hill. Now what we need to do is we need to clear from this layer all the way up and remove all of the grass and flowers on this land. There's also a couple trees over here we have to remove. But first guys, I was thinking we should check our iron farm. And it seems to be working pretty well. Now we have all of this iron, that's crazy. I want to get as much iron out of it as I can because eventually for the breeder over there, we're gonna have to take a villager out of here. Actually, we're gonna have to take two, but that's a problem for future me. Right now, we need to go and terraform that hill. And alright my friends, that is this top of the hill flattened. It really shows how much space that we're really working with. But now it is time to transfer 2 villagers all the way from the iron farm to here. Because I need to start with a little bit of a breeder. Also, I think I'm going to set up a little bit of a zombie conversion chamber. Since we have so much iron, we can sell 1 iron for 1 emerald. And I say that's pretty big stunks. So my friends, without any further ado, let's hit the montage of getting those 2 villagers. Let's hope it doesn't take too long. And alright guys, that is the villagers inside of their box. As you saw in the replay, there were a couple of casualties. So we had to go and abduct another villager from the village, which I think was the last one. So these two, these are the only 2 I have. Well, that excludes the zombie villager I have inside of that box. But I mean, I don't want to convert anybody yet. I want to wait until probably the castle is built to be doing that. But yeah, guys, I'm thinking that we should set up a villager breeder so that we can get some villagers. Let's do it. Alright guys, that is the villager breeder complete. Eventually, I might actually want to expand this because this farm is expandable. But to expand, we need 2 villagers, and the only way I can get 2 more villagers is by waiting for them to breed. So I have a lot of time to think about if I want to expand it or not. How it works is they will breed right here, try to go in here, fall down into this little hole, and the hole leads to right here so that when they grow up, they swim up into this little chamber and they can be picked up by me pressing this button. It's actually my first time building this different style villager breeder. I have the same build that I make every time, but I kind of wanted to switch it up. There's a little cleaning up to do down here, but besides that, the farm is looking good. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glass to pillar up, and I'm going to throw these fellas a bunch of bread and potatoes. Also a little bit of carrots. Now that should speed up the breeding process, and oh look, there's already some hearts. So I'll let them work at that. Don't worry, when we build the castle, obviously I'm going to make it a little bit nicer because this is part of the interior. Also, we don't have a name tag right now, but when we do get one, I want to add a little zombie conversion area right here. It'll probably be something like this with some trapdoors so that the zombie can't escape. But yeah, guys, just building this breeder sort of motivated me to play the game more in some way, because I know that eventually we're gonna get some maxed out tools. And that sounds great, doesn't it? There we go, we already have 1 baby. But you guys might be wondering, Taj, what is the plan? First, I'm going to start by trading carrots and potatoes to this guy right here for some emeralds. I am then going to use those emeralds to level up either an armor or a toolsmith. Once we level up the armor or the toolsmith enough, we unlock the iron trade. And as I said earlier, that is 4 iron for 1 emerald. Eventually, when we start infecting and curing villagers, it'll be 1 iron for 1 emerald. We're then going to use those emeralds that we take to keep leveling up those armors and toolsmiths until they eventually unlock us diamond armor and tools. After we've unlocked that, we're probably going to get some librarian enchantments going on. But yeah, my friends, that is the plan. And usually I trade for emeralds using tripwires, which is a duplication glitch. But I kind of want to change it up. I don't want to do that. Actually, that's one of the main reasons why I set up the iron farm in episode 1. Dang, what are y'all looking at? So yeah, y'all, I'm pumped. But let's wait for a couple of villagers to breed just so that we can get that done. Alright y'all, so I have just laid out a couple of villager pods in some very specific locations, which we'll talk about later. And I'm thinking that we should make a little railway over to the first one over here. Can't forget the trapdoors. So let's come right here and press this button. Now he's over here, we're going to keep him in the minecart though. Now let's place down a smithing table and he should become one. Yep, armor right here. Let's do that again. This time it's actually a baby villager, so we're gonna have to leave this one alone. Third one. We got another baby villager. When these guys grow up, they're going to become toolsmiths. Now that we have this guy right here though, let's just take as many shovels as we need until we can level him up. And now I guess we can just throw them out over here. This is why I traded earlier for those emeralds. Now we have unlocked the iron trade. Let's go. Let's take this and break it up into a couple stacks of iron. Let's level them up. We just unlocked a diamond hoe. Ooh, we've unlocked some shovels and axes. Let's go. Yeah, hey, this guy's grown up. Now I can trade with him too. All right, now you guys are seeing how useful that iron really is. Once tomorrow strikes, they'll refresh their trades and I'll be able to trade more iron with them. I just gotta hope I don't run out of iron too quickly. We have a lot, but we don't have a farm anymore for it, so we're gonna have to be cautious. Let's go to sleep though. But alright, you guys get the whole deal. That is what we're going to be doing for a while. So if anything interesting happens, I'll definitely let y'all know, but until then, that's what we're doing. Alright guys, so we are back and we did a lot. Looking in here, you can see all of the different books that we were able to unlock. So let's start enchanting, shall we? First, I want to start off with all of the mending books that we got. I got 10 books because I want to get one more pickaxe, but we have our full set of armor and full set of tools. So that is 10 mending books. Alright, so let's take off our helmet, put it in here, and put some mending on it. Also, it doesn't have Unbreaking 3, so we need to add that too. Let's put mending on our chest plate, our leggings, and our boots. Now let's put on our sword, our axe, our pickaxe, and I want to put on my shovel, but it's 17 levels, so we're probably just gonna have to make another one. And finally, our hoe. Put prot 4 on our helmet, our chest plate, And finally, our boots. That is a full set of diamond armor if I've ever seen one. Obviously, there's a couple of other enchants that we could do on everything else, but they aren't that important. We'll probably get them eventually. Also want to make these a Smite 5 book. Okay, just got all the levels. Now let's add Smite 5 onto our axe. Also, we've had Sharpness 3 on our sword for the longest time. So let's put Sharpness 5 on it, baby. That is a pretty darn good sword if I've ever seen one. Really quickly, let's buy a shovel. Now let's grindstone said shovel. Actually, I forgot. Let's also buy a pickaxe. Now let's also grindstone this pickaxe. Alright, I just added efficiency 5 to the shovel. The next step is I need to put the shovel in with the Unbreaking 3 and Mending. But as you can see, I don't have those levels. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of grinding. Okay, now let's add this book onto the shovel. And now finally, we need 7 more levels to do this last enchant. Alright, finally, let's add Silk Touch onto our shovel. Pretty much the only other thing I want to do now is make a pickaxe with these same exact enchants. Alright, first step, let's put efficiency 5 on the pickaxe. And let's combine these 2 books. And alright, now let's add this book onto the pickaxe. And alright, finally, now let's add the Silk Touch book onto the pickaxe. If only you guys understood how beautiful this is right here. Also, I actually forgot we need to add Feather Falling 4 onto our boots. Also want to do just one more thing, and that is add Silk Touch onto our hoe. Now, it is going to be really hard to die, and I'm all for it. My friends, we have been doing a lot of grinding and no building, but now that we are this deep into the episode, I think it's about time that we gather materials to build our villager trading hall castle. And if you guys thought it took a lot of materials to build that barn behind me, just know this takes over 3 times the amount of materials. But I'm not gonna bore you guys with the material gathering, so...
2,000 years later.
And alright, my friends, so after about a day of material gathering, we finally have everything that we need to build up this massive castle. And this is way overdue, y'all, so let's hit another big time lapse and build up this castle. And oh my gosh, this castle came out so extremely well. I'm absolutely in love with it, and I like how it's sort of a house. So the whole thing is a big interior. Now do you guys see why I put the villagers in these specific places? Because I knew that they weren't going to interfere with any of the building. But this place is in major need of a good interior. So I'm gonna do this really freaking cool transition where I zoom all the way in and then zoom back out, and now the interior is magically finished. I really hope that came out well. But right here we have this big red rug, and over here we have our farmers, which if we want to get the XP from the trades, we have to do this little maneuver right here. None of them are leveled up, but we can do that eventually. When we come over to the right, this is where all of our armors and toolsmiths are. Some of them I haven't even traded with yet, I just need to level them up still. And obviously here is the breeder right here. I was able to make it look nice and tidy. And these chests, we just have a bunch of random junk that we still have to empty out. And over here we have 6 villagers that don't have jobs yet. So if you guys have any ideas of what jobs to give these villagers, let me know. And up here, this is the super bare interior. We have 6 villagers over here with no job, and then 6 more over here. And then when we come over here, we have all of our extra librarians. There's also one that's waiting to get a job. These are all the trades that are over here. But then when we come over to here, these are the 4 main enchantments that we're going to use. Sharpness 5, and Breaking 3, Mending, and Efficiency 5. These are the cherished ones. That's why I gave them a rug. If you guys have any idea what to put up here on the 2nd floor, let me know, because I am stuck. Also, as I am recording this is Mother's Day, and I am in a bit of a time crunch. If you haven't already, go and thank your mom. Thank you, mom. I love you. But yeah, y'all, pretty much the only thing we need to do now is go and build up a couple of custom trees outside. The area looks super bare right now with just the castle. So I'm thinking if we're able to build some trees where I put these stumps, it'll fill it out pretty well. So my friends, let's hit a time lapse right now. And alright my friends, the area is looking so good. You guys know I had to turn on the shaders just to bring a little pop of life. First things first though, I really like this tree. It adds a lot of character to the area over here. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to keep it or not, or rebuild it, but that is a decision for future me. I also added a lot to the path, added a lot of lanterns, flowers, details, and there's also these two trees over here. But you guys are probably wondering how I got some pale oak wood. I was actually able to buy it off of a wandering trader. So now we have that, I guess. Also, I do have a new mic now, and I'm not quite sure if I like the settings I have for it right now. I still gotta do a little configuration, but let me know what you guys think. Don't you guys just love how the area looks now though? Actually, let me show you guys my favorite view of the whole entire village. Alright, you ready? Ready? Right there, boom. Look at those two trees, and also look at the big old castle. But guys, I'm really pleased with how much work we got done this episode. I mean, we maxed out our tools and armor, and we built this massive castle, which I love so much. But yeah guys, that is going to be the end of the episode. If you guys did enjoy it, please make sure to like and subscribe, because I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you'd be oh so kind, just go down there and press that little button. Also, if you guys have any build ideas for the next episode, let me know. Jesus loves you guys, and it's been Eagle. See you later.